One major thing that can keep you broke and keep you from making progress with your money is not knowing your numbers. This is very important. The reason a lot of people don't know this or don't do this, and maybe why you haven't done it, is because it's kind of scary to sit down and look at your whole situation when you feel like it is such a mess. Guess what though? If you want to see a change, you're going to have to do it anyway. So let's get into it. There's a couple of different categories that you're going to need to compile. The first one is your fixed expenses, which is all of your monthly bills. This is literally any of your bills that have due dates. Think rent or mortgage, your monthly utilities, any debt payments you make. Like I said, anything with due dates. It doesn't matter if the price fluctuates per month. If it has a due date, it is a fixed expense because you have to pay it. What you want to do is you want to make a list. Go in Excel or Google Sheets and start you a new list and write down all of your bills. Here's the info you need. You need the bill name, the due date, the company that the bill is with, the price range if it varies, or if not, then just the amount of the bill each month, and the priority. The reason we have priority here is because things like subscriptions are a smaller priority than your rent, for example. And if you need to go through and get rid of any expenses, you can look at the priority and see which ones are lower priorities and which ones can you get rid of. The next category is variable expenses. These are your spending habits or your monthly spending categories, things like groceries, gas, eating out, etc. These can change every month, and if you're doing this for the first time, you might not know how much you spend on groceries if you haven't been paying attention. So to learn how much you're spending, go through your past few bank statements and highlight every single category. You're going to be able to see what you've been spending per month. You can take an average to get a good starting point and go ahead and include that in the list that you created with your fixed expenses. Once you've gotten all of these numbers together, now you have a very clear picture of where all of your money is going every month and exactly when things need to be paid, etc. This makes it way easier for you to create a budget that you can actually stick to, and that's going to be accurate because you've already written all of the information down and it's very easy to reference. With that information, you can then create a monthly overview budget, which basically shows you your month as a whole and helps you plan out goals. And then you can plan everything out on a calendar to see which of your paychecks need to pay for which of these bills. And since you have this all together right here in this list, it's going to be very easy for you to reference. And then when you're paid, you can create a paycheck budget that references this calendar and make sure that all your bills get paid on time. Another very important reason why you need to know your numbers is because if you have any type of debt, you need to get that out in the open so you can see exactly what the situation is. Do not run away from this. Do not hide it. I know it's scary, but do it anyway, because then you can create a debt payoff plan for yourself that's actually going to work. I would use a snowball plan or an avalanche plan, and I do have videos about that on my page if you want to go check it out. So if you do anything this week, I want you to sit down and figure out your numbers once and for all. Stop hiding from it. It is not going to go away if you ignore it. Getting clear on exactly where you stand is one of the most important things you can do for your money. And if you refuse to do this or you're too scared to do it and you just ignore it, your situation is not ever going to improve because you do not have a clear picture and you are not on top of your numbers. I promise you'll feel way better about your situation once you get this out in the open and you can make a plan. You got this, friend.